Hello, friends. It's great to have this opportunity just to say a few words to you. I trust and pray you are doing well. I wanted just to take a moment to make a few comments in light of the shocking and distressing and horrific death of a man called George Floyd, which happened just last week at the hands of the Minneapolis police force. I have made some comments on social media, which some of you might have seen, but normally we would make a comment about something so serious on our Sunday mornings. But as our Sunday mornings are pre-recorded, I really apologise that we haven't been able to share and comment on this sooner, which is why I wanted to take a moment now to do just that. In fact, I'd like to say three things, just three things I really want to make comment on. The first one is this. I believe this is a time for us to speak out against racism. Those images, and I'm sure like all of us, they make me angry, they make me upset, I'm outraged, I'm frustrated. To see this type of evil outplayed on our news feeds is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. But sadly, this evil is not new. It's not new. I think it's Will Smith in a tweet just last week on the back of what has been happening. Will Smith said these words. He said, "Racism isn't getting worse, it's just getting filmed." But we also need to recognise, and we need to be honest today, and we need to say clearly that this evil isn't just something that's happening in America. This is something that's happening in our nation too. This is happening in the UK. Racism is alive in the UK. It's not enough just being non-racist. We've got to be anti-racist. We've got to take a stand and be anti-racism. It was Desmond Tutu who said these words: "If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor." I particularly want to say a few words to my friends, to our friends in the Woodside family, the Woodside community, who are black, Asian or minority ethnic. I want you to know that I grieve with you. I want you to know that I stand alongside you. I'm angry alongside you at what has happened. I cannot, of course, fully comprehend how you are feeling at this moment, but I do, to the best of my ability, I do appreciate that this is huge in your life, and therefore it needs to be huge in our lives too. I can only imagine the concern and the worry and the anxiety that you may be feeling about your own safety, and maybe the safety of your friends and your loved ones and your children. I realise that this is huge for you. We stand with you. We love you. And I trust you know that we are here for you today. Secondly, I think this is a time for personal reflection. I believe this is a time for personal reflection. For example, I think we need a better understanding of what is known as white privilege that so many of us benefit from. White privilege is simply the fact that if you are white, you have an advantage. There is an advantage because you are white, because of racial discrimination. We need to understand these things. Maybe for some of us we need to educate, we need to learn more about these matters. So I think this is a time for personal reflection. This isn't something that is just happening out there. This is something that is very close to home, and I think we need to have sober assessment of this situation and reflect personally about it. Thirdly, I believe this is a time to pray. This is a time to pray. This is a time to pray for justice. The people of God are people who bring justice and who pray for justice. We must be on the front foot in this matter. Secondly, I believe we should pray for peace and reconciliation between all people, that we would see people from whatever nation, whatever background, whatever colour would be brought together in reconciliation. In fact, that's at the heart of the gospel message. We believe as Christians that it is in Jesus that we are made one new humanity, one new people. So we pray for that. We pray for peace and we pray for real reconciliation. And thirdly, it's a time to proclaim. It's a time to proclaim that we are all made in the image of God and we all display his beauty and his creative ability. We celebrate that and we declare it, that we are all made in God's image. That's all I wanted to say at this time. Just want you to know that we are here for one another. I pray God's blessing on you. I pray for all of us to think of one another in this difficult time, particularly those who are most affected by the situation that we are finding ourselves in. Lord, I pray that you'd know God's blessing at this time. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you.